Now at 10, the family of the Bourbon Street terrorist speaks out.
I'm still shocked by the whole thing. It still doesn't seem like it actually happened. I just dropped my phone and crawled into a corner somewhere and started crying.
Meanwhile, revelers return to Bourbon Street saying they refuse to let evil win.
You can't let the terrorists win. You gotta keep on living life.
And Houston restaurants are standing for the victims, raising money for the families and survivors.
Something to be able to give back, to the city, We've been in New Orleans our whole life. We love New Orleans.
This is our family as well. It's a neighboring state, but let's show them what Houston is about.
Weekend outlook and the timing of our Arctic blast coming up here in a couple of minutes.
KHOU 11 News at 10 starts right now. And up first tonight, new video and images show the Houston man who drove a truck into a crowd of people in New Orleans, carrying out the early part of his plan. The FBI confirming today he acted alone.
Yeah, and the images capture the moments before the attack that killed at least 14 people and hurt dozens more. Our partners at CNN obtaining this Ring doorbell video that appears to show the suspect Shamsuddin Jabbar unloading his rented truck outside the Airbnb he was using. Tonight, investigators are there processing evidence. The FBI also releasing these new surveillance photos showing the suspect about an hour before he drove the truck through the crowd. They also included a picture of the cooler containing an improvised explosive device that he had planted near Bourbon and Orleans streets.
And all new at 10 o'clock, the suspect's younger brother says his family was completely blindsided and devastated by his actions. Jabbar's family lives in Beaumont, where he was born. Investigators say Jabbar, an Army veteran, had recently pledged allegiance to ISIS. His brother says he doesn't know how or why Jabbar became radicalized, but he never imagined he could be violent.
He grew out his beard and he became more modest in his dressing. Nobody's seen anything like this coming. This is completely out of character for him, these actions. And they're also not any type of representation of what it means to be a Muslim.
Those sentiments were echoed by Trevor Neal, who met Jabbar when they both served in the Army about 13 years ago.
I was absolutely floored. I buckled up and I couldn't talk for 20, 30 seconds. I was just, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And it's very unfortunate that he took that path. But, I can only speak for the 2011 version of Sham, which was, he's a normal individual, no red flags, great soldier, phenomenal friend.
Bourbon Street is back open for business. This is a live look in New Orleans, courtesy of EarthCam. We've seen armed military police that you see there and other members of law enforcement on the street corner.
Matt Doherty is in New Orleans tonight and joins us live from the French Quarter after speaking with people just a day after the attack.
Matt, what's the mood been like out there today?
Well, it's a mixture of somberness and a little bit of happiness that things appear to be getting back to normal. But I want to show you some of the security presence that we're dealing with right now. So they've got police units and other law enforcement vehicles stationed here at the top of Canal Street and Bourbon Street. So as you can tell, nobody's going to be getting in anytime soon. Walk with me a little bit this way. And this is where you're going to see the memorial that's been set up. It's been growing over the last day or so, honoring those 14 victims who died on New Year's Day. This is all while people are coming to Bourbon Street as the city tries to get back to normal. One day after tragedy shot through the heart of the French Quarter, New Orleans is trying to return to normal. Sunshine lit the path down Bourbon Street when it reopened this afternoon as visitors slowly started to return. And the bands began to play.
The city's been built, the state's been built on a mixture of tragedy and revelation and happiness. I mean, the two go kind of hand in hand.
But one look around is all it took to see that in 24 hours everything had changed. Officers are on every corner and on the street, Seemingly impenetrable blockades have popped up overnight.
I was shocked when I woke up.
Connie and her husband Todd are visiting from Chicago. They got back to their hotel about an hour before everything happened yesterday.
You can't let the terrorists win. You got to keep on living life.
At 3:15 a.m. on New Year's Day, 42-year-old Shamsuddin Jabbar began his path of death at the intersection of Canal and Bourbon Streets. Tonight, the 14 people he killed are represented by the same number of yellow roses and wooden crosses at this growing memorial against a brick wall. It's where much of the dancing on Bourbon Street has been replaced with tears.
We were right here, like just before it happened.
Albert Fuentes is from Baytown. He came to New Orleans with a few of his fellow Navy sailors to celebrate New Year's Eve. He says the fact that Jabbar is a veteran makes it even harder to understand.
I don't really have words to describe what I feel. I think it's the best thing. The best way I can put it is I feel a little upset, a little ashamed, but it kind of goes to show that, like, you know, you really don't know what people are capable of anymore these days, you know.
Tonight, New Orleans is trying to move forward, forgetting never, taking their first steps toward dancing again, not because they want to, but because they say they have to. Now, throughout the day and tonight, we've seen people coming here to this memorial to bring flowers, to pray. Some people are crying, and as far as we know, they're total strangers to the victims. Back to you.
All in unison, coming together for the city and for the victims. Matt Doherty tonight, thank you. And online right now, more on what we've learned about the suspect, Shamsuddin Jabbar, records of his troubled relationships and businesses. That's all on KHOU.com.
All right, switch.